The world of celebrity gossip was set ablaze after Meghan Markle's shocking and abrupt departure from Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show, leaving the live audience and millions of viewers stunned beyond belief. What was supposed to be a casual, lighthearted, and perhaps empowering appearance turned into an uncomfortable, tension-filled exchange that escalated far faster than anyone expected. Meghan, who rarely grants live interviews and carefully selects her public moments, agreed to appear on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote her new podcast and upcoming projects. However, things took an unexpected and awkward turn when Kimmel steered the conversation towards Meghan's royal past. Her relationship with the British royal family and the controversies that have surrounded her and Prince Harry since their departure from royal duties. What began as seemingly innocent curiosity soon transformed into uncomfortable prodding. With Kimmel teasing Meghan about some of the most sensitive moments in her public life, Meghan, clearly not amused, smiled politely at first, but her eyes revealed her growing frustration. The live studio audience sensed that things were headed in a dangerous direction. Jimmy Kimmel, Scott, known for his sharp wit and sarcastic humor, may have pushed the envelope too far this time when he made a lighthearted joke, referencing Meghan and Harry's infamous Oprah interview. He asked with a smirk if Meghan missed having castle walls and tiaras, or if she preferred Hollywood drama over royal drama. The crowd gave an uncomfortable laugh, sensing Meghan's displeasure. She replied calmly that her life choices were about freedom and peace, not drama. But Kimmel pressed on, mocking the couple's decision to reveal royal secrets in public forums. At this point, Meghan's forced smile began to fade, and her responses became noticeably colder. Kimmel, possibly thinking this tension could make for edgy television, continued his line of questioning, hinting that Meghan and Harry's Netflix and Spotify deals were modern fairy tales with dollar signs instead of glass slippers. Meghan visibly shifted in her seat, her posture stiffening as the conversation veered into territory she clearly found offensive and intrusive. Trying to lighten the mood. Kimmel jokingly offered Meghan a golden plastic crown from under his desk, saying it was for the Duchess of content streaming. The audience gasped as Meghan's expression darkened, the insult sinking in deeper than Kimmel probably intended. Meghan responded curtly that the crown joke was tasteless and perpetuated the very stereotype she had worked hard to escape. Kimmel chuckled nervously, sensing the rising tension, but tried to cover the moment by saying, "Hey, we all need a laugh in this crazy royal soap opera, right?" Meghan, however, was not amused. She directly challenged Kimmel, asking him if he truly believed that her life was a comedy sketch for the world's amusement. The audience sat frozen as the tension thickened. Jimmy attempted to save the moment by pivoting to a lighter question about her children, but the damage was done. Meghan had crossed the line from politely tolerating awkward jokes to outright calling out the show's host for disrespect. As the uncomfortable vibe grew thicker, Kimmel made a final, ill-advised quip that pushed Meghan over the edge. He suggested that perhaps Meghan and Harry's real-life drama was better than anything Hollywood could script, and asked with a smirk if Meghan ever missed being second to Kate in the royal spotlight. The remark, thinly veiled as humor, hit a nerve Meghan could no longer ignore. Her polite facade shattered as she turned sharply toward Kimmel, her voice cold and firm, demanding to know why her life and struggles were being turned into punchlines. For cheap entertainment, the crowd gasped, unsure whether to laugh, clap, or remain silent in the unfolding live confrontation. Kimmel, momentarily stunned, tried to backpedal with apologies and nervous laughter, but Meghan had had enough. With a look of quiet fury, she stood up, removed her microphone, and addressed the audience directly, stating she would not sit and be ridiculed for ratings. The crowd fell silent as Meghan turned and walked off the set, leaving Kimmel speechless. In her wake, backstage chaos erupted as Meghan stormed out, accompanied by her publicists and security team. Producers scrambled to decide whether to cut the feed, switch to a commercial, or let the cameras keep rolling. Kimmel sat frozen for several seconds before muttering something about royal drama, never taking a night off, and tossing hastily to a commercial break. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, staff members frantically tried to reach Meghan's team to apologize and smooth over the situation. According to sources close to the production, Meghan was furious, accusing the show's producers of misleading her about the nature of the interview. She claimed she had been promised a serious discussion about her charity work, her new foundation, and her podcast, not jokes about tiaras, Kate Middleton comparisons, or Hollywood royalty. A heated exchange reportedly took place between Meghan's representatives and the show's senior producers, who insisted the jokes were part of standard late-night humor and not meant to offend. Asterisk, within minutes, the explosive incident made headlines. Across social media platforms, hashtags like hashtag Meghan storms out and hashtag Kimmel fail began trending worldwide. Fans of Meghan rushed to her defense, praising her for standing up against what they called toxic media bullying. Critics, however, argued that Meghan was being overly sensitive and unable to take a joke. Memes flooded Twitter and Instagram, some mocking the moment while others turned it into a symbol of standing up for personal dignity. Video clips of Meghan removing her mic and confronting Kimmel spread like wildfire on TikTok and YouTube, each gaining millions of views in hours. Major news outlets quickly picked up the story, turning it into the top trending topic of the day. Panel discussions. On entertainment news shows debated who was in the wrong, Kimmel for pushing boundaries or Meghan for overreacting. The world was once again split over the Duchess of Sussex's complicated relationship with fame and the media. Asterisk, meanwhile, reactions from Hollywood insiders added fuel to the fire. Some fellow celebrities came to Meghan's defense, applauding her refusal to accept disrespect on a major platform. Others whispered behind closed doors that Meghan's reputation for being difficult with the media might now worsen, making producers and hosts more cautious about inviting her on future shows. Rumors swirled that Meghan's team might issue a formal statement condemning the show's handling of the interview, while Kimmel's producers reportedly met late into the night to draft an apology and clarify their intentions. Even late night, rival hosts were said to be nervously revisiting their scripts, worried that they too might accidentally provoke such a scene with sensitive guests. Meghan's sudden exit had sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, raising questions about the line between humor and humiliation when dealing with public figures who have lived very real personal traumas. Asterisk, across the ocean. Asterisk. The British press had a field day with the incident. Some tabloids mocked Meghan's reaction, branding it as proof that she could never handle life in the royal spotlight and was now just as uncomfortable in Hollywood. Others saw it as vindication that Meghan remained a polarizing figure no matter where she went. Royal commentators debated whether the incident would sour Meghan's hopes of repairing her image with the British public, while American commentators largely framed it as a feminist stand against media mistreatment. Buckingham Palace issued no official comment, but anonymous insiders hinted that there was quiet satisfaction within royal circles over Meghan's discomfort in the American spotlight. Meanwhile, Meghan's supporters urged the public to see the incident as yet another example of why the Duchess stepped back from public royal life in the first place, to escape endless scrutiny, mockery, and media distortion. Asterisk, in the days that followed, fallout from the incident only intensified. Meghan canceled several planned media appearances, reportedly refusing to commit to any more unscripted interviews unless given strict control over the format. Jimmy Kimmel issued a brief, somewhat awkward apology on his next show, insisting that no offense was meant and praising Meghan for her courage and charity work. However, the damage to the relationship between Meghan and the American talk show circuit appeared to be done. Industry insiders speculated that major streaming platforms, wary of controversy, might rethink promotional partnerships with the Duchess. Meanwhile, media analysts debated whether Meghan's walk-off would ultimately help or harm her brand, with some suggesting that the dramatic exit reinforced her image as a woman unwilling to tolerate disrespect, while others warned that constant controversy might exhaust public sympathy. The incident became a case study in modern celebrity crisis management.